So we'll continue talking about the different other quantiles. We have talked about quartiles that divides the data into 4 equal parts. We talked about deciles that divides the data into 10 equal parts. And now they are the percentiles. Percentiles in an array are the 99 values that divide the data into 100 equal parts, which are denoted by pk. So in a given set of n observations, let's say x1 up till xn, the pth percentile p is the value of x such that p% or less of the observations are less than p, and 100 minus 1%, 100 minus p% or less of the observations are greater than p. Since in percentiles we are dividing our data into 100 equal parts, we'll use this 100 into the denominator, and the k values goes from 1 to 99. So if we look at this symmetric curve, we will notice that there are all these segments. P1 is a value that has only 1% data below it. There is P5 is a value that has 5% data below it. And similarly, P50 is actually a value that has 50% of the data below it. And this is a value that has 50% data above it. Similarly, P9T is a value that has 90% below and 10% above. And similarly, they move on. These percentiles are very much synonymous to the quartiles when we say that there is a third quartile that is equivalent to the 75th percentile. If we talk about the first quartile, that is equivalent to the 25th percentile. And P50, that is the 50th percentile, is the same as the median or the second quartile, or as the 5th decile. Over here, P90 represents 9th decile, P40 represents 4th decile, and it's so on. Quartiles are more robust and less susceptible than mean. If there are outlying observations in our data, quartiles are less affected, even if the data is right skewed or data is left skewed. Quantiles of a random variable are preserved under monotonic transformation. Moreover, among its application, standardized test results use percentiles as one of the very most frequent example of it. As I mentioned earlier, Q1 is a value that has 25% data below it, which is equivalent to P25. Q2 is a value that has 50% below it, 50% of the data below it, and it is equivalent to this 5th decile or 50th percentile, and all 3 values are equivalent to the median. And same goes on for the other deciles, like D1 is equivalent to P10, D2, that is second decile, is equivalent to 20th percentile, and same goes with D9, that is 9th decile. It has 90% observations below it. Thank you.